Now to breaking news, CHP in pursuit of a suspect on a dirt bike.
Desmond Shaw live overhead and SkyCal to tell us more now. Desmond, it's dark out there.
It is dark out here, Juan and Susie. We're kind of close to some mountains, so we kind of have to hold this position right now. So we are north of the Lakeview Terrace area. Oh boy, he just turned his light off too, which is just crazy. He's up here near the mountain. I have to widen out and see. The authorities are actually having trouble locating this guy as well. So this is a known suspect that has allegedly been involved in a bunch of other pursuits in the Pasadena area. And it was actually a Glendale PD motorcycle unit we had heard that was in pursuit of this guy, but they backed off. They wanted CHP to get involved, but they're not on the freeway right now, so CHP is not interested at the moment. We saw him up in this area. Let me just put up our map tracker. We had heard Lopez Canyon, but turned his light off. So that right there is going to be one of the law enforcement helicopters. Maybe down in this area. Wow. So, you know, these dirt bikes can have really big advantages here if they're willing to really roll the dice like this suspect is, because they can go a lot of places that a lot of ground units can't. They were actually driving through the Hanson Dam at one point, and now up here on this very dark road and even turning off their front light. So pretty wild situation. Up there. Okay, that was them again. So they're going up Lopez Canyon. We'll do our best to monitor this one, but a weird one and pretty dangerous for this person in particular right now, Juan and Susie.
And Mike, did you say there was a CHP fixed wing over this?
Yeah, so there is the Glendale PD helicopter that's overhead. Glendale PD started this. This guy is also apparently wanted. There he is again in the shot there.
Lights back on, yeah.
Wanted for several other pursuits that he has allegedly been involved in the Pasadena area. It sounds like this kind of situation. They chase him, he gets away, and then we do this all over again. That's what sounds like it's happening tonight. Now, Desmond mentioned this was a Glendale PD motorcycle unit that was in pursuit of him.
I was surprised about that.
Me too. They don't generally like to do that, and they were this close to getting CHP's help, but then he got off the freeway. And as we know, if they're off the freeway, CHP doesn't want it. Yeah. So super close to having CHP's help, but then he gets off the freeway, goes into the Hanson Dam area, and when he's in Hanson Dam, off-roading in Hanson Dam, the motorcycle unit does not follow him through Hanson Dam. So that's where we lost the motorcycle unit. Now this is only from the air, and that appears to clearly probably be his goal here, is to go into these dark places, get away from law enforcement. There's nobody chasing him on the ground. CHP doesn't want it. Now we're even kind of up in LAPD's area, going up into Lopez and Cagle Canyon area.
We're okay here.
So you're turning around now, coming back down.
Yeah, let's see what they're going to do here. I mean, Lopez Canyon, I'm honestly not super familiar with. Well, turn it back around again. I think this goes up into a little community, and it may be like a one-way in, and then it doesn't go through to other roads. So,
eventually, he will come back around. It'll do a big loop. Again. He can't go up into the mountains any further.
Well, off-roading now. He's decided to carve his own path here. He's on a dirt trail, and again, this is a dirt bike, so I mean, this is the only light out here is from his headlight, and who knows the condition of this trail. But people can get obviously seriously injured doing this at night, especially if you're not familiar and going 30 miles an hour here. What could be a pretty narrow road. So and the light's out. Wow, I mean, that's just really crazy right there. Yeah, I mean, hope he didn't just wipe out right there. Just here, let's put up the giving you an idea of where we're at right now. That's our satellite overlay I'm showing you. So obviously a very rugged area. Let's see, we got a light. No, I just saw the light flicker. That's a car up there. I just saw the light flicker on and off right here. So definitely playing coy with the authorities and with us up here in SkyCal. We'll try to show you something more than just a black screen right now. So here, we'll put the street overlay on and see if that's. So this is Pacoima Mountain Way, where we think that the suspect is on off of Lopez Canyon. Let's see, this is just a vehicle. I think this is just a civilian vehicle right there. Yeah, totally uninvolved. That's not authorities or anything. So we'll widen back out. You would have to think that the headlight would have to come back on. I mean, we do have a full moon out. So that could actually work in the suspect's favor. There's probably, I just saw the light right there again.
Oh, yeah, night sun now.
Yep, down in here. And now we got the night sun on finally. So, yeah, that was another thing that the authorities didn't have this on. I think we heard them talking up here. It sounded like they were having trouble locating the suspect. So let's see if they can keep him under the spotlight here.
So that's Glendale PD's chopper
see if they
light
can finally get this guy. I'll try to find out which law enforcement agency that is. Maybe Mike can see there on the radar.
It is the Glendale Burbank ship. Glendale Burbank share helicopters, and that's the one that's over. And I really quickly want to point out, our executive producer actually noticed it. Also looks like he's wearing a GoPro on the top of his helmet, which is not uncommon at all for people that ride motorcycles and dirt bikes. I mean, those videos are all over YouTube. But so he's likely recording this whole thing right now.
So this is someone who's been involved in pursuits before with police. He gets away, so then they probably, his license on the motorcycle ride comes back, pings.
Well, that's the thing. He doesn't have a license. So the car, this whole thing is initially wanted for, he's riding a dirt bike on city streets, which is...
Oh, boy.
Oh,
hello.
A couple cars.
Maybe some other people going out here. Yeah, maybe just some other people coming up here doing some off-roading, maybe going camping, enjoying the full moon. These are not authorities. These are just other people. They're probably surprised to see a dirt biker up here, but they have no idea that this person is wanted by the authorities right now until maybe they see the spotlight overhead. But yeah, this is definitely a pesky suspect for the authorities to try to wrangle in, no doubt about that.
Yeah. I mean, the danger, no less, right now. In the dark, these narrow roads and cars going on them simultaneously as this guy is flying down the hill.
And dirt bike or not, when Desmond showed us that satellite overlay, I mean, there are some steep drops on both sides of that dirt road that if he doesn't see it.
Well, especially when you're coming head on in traffic there, he makes a move to avoid hitting a car and overcorrects, and very easily could go down a drop. And to your point earlier, Juan, so originally this all started because he is a dirt biker without city street permits, essentially, no license plates, stuff like that. So he has no plates. He was riding the dirt bike over 90 miles an hour on the freeway. Reckless driving, and again, as I mentioned, he has also been involved in other pursuits with Pasadena. So because of the fact that they knew who he was without having a plate, says to me that this is not their first rodeo with this guy.
Are these dirt bikes road legal? Can you ride them? You said
not if you don't have it. So you can make it road legal with a license plate, with turn signals, with all of those things. Because he doesn't have a license plate, that makes it not road legal.
I see. Well, looks like we continue with this dirt bike pursuit with the CHP fixed wing overhead, along with the Glendale Burbank PD chopper overhead as well, we believe.
So, sorry, real quick, I'm listening to the radio traffic. He's going to come out into a neighborhood here soon, and I do hear CHP trying to get some units to come into the neighborhood where he's going to pop out to.
Okay.
So CHP, and we're going to get back to a situation, and I don't jurisdictionally know, but Lopez Canyon, because it's out of the city, may go back to be a CHP jurisdiction. So, you know, CHP only wants it if it's in their jurisdiction, which is generally the freeways, but they do have, for example, stretches of PCH, stretches of some of these other mountain roads.
Lots of twisted turns here too, Mike, and you can see his headlight. You can see a lot of rocks too on the roadway, so that makes it real difficult too and dangerous.
Yeah, and you wonder why he was turning his lights off earlier. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, even if the moon is bright and full tonight, I mean, still, these are mountainous roads.
Well, and you look at that terrain. I mean, he's got to have it on now.
Terrain.
He's going to hurt himself if he doesn't.
Look how rocky it is.
Oh, my goodness.
Des, are we coming in?
Oh, boy.
Oh, that's an ATV.
Is this just a? Well, my pilot was thinking that this might have been a cop, but this might just be somebody else in an off-road vehicle. I don't think I've ever seen the authorities have kind of dude buggies like this. But I think they're definitely stopping, exchanging some words, probably remarking on what a beautiful night this is. Definitely,
what are they talking about?
Full moon, off-roading. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's pretty cool. You know, to be out here if you weren't breaking the law right now. But this person, you know, does not ensure who they're interacting with, right? Or maybe they are. You know, who knows? Maybe these guys know each other. They're, but yeah, I mean, it's just really interesting the risks that this person has been willing to take, and now I'm kind of wondering, you know, what else they've done in the past to evade the authorities. We're talking about, you know, other instances where this has gone on. But turning off the headlight, you know, with some sheer drops like we've seen, pretty wild stuff. But this is, I think, going to come back out into a neighborhood eventually.
And they all turn their lights off.
Well.
And real quick, I just want to point out that CHP fixed wing is trying to get those units in there. Sergeant's asking, why are we chasing him? What's the want? Airship just revealed he also has felony warrants. Now, the felony warrants could be the result of the other chases. Evading is a felony evading. So that could be it. Can you? And I know we don't want to move too much because we don't want to lose them now, especially that they're blacked out. But do you know how close we are to that neighborhood?
Well, we're here. Sorry, wait, how close we are to what?
The neighborhood. I think there's a neighborhood just to the kind of northwest a little bit.
Yes. It looks like just here to the bottom of the shot there's a neighborhood right down in here.
Okay.
We'll put that map overlay up there really close so you can see, yeah, we are getting pretty close to a subdivision, not too far away, but and now I'm kind of wondering if they're just going to keep their light off and try to let the moon guide them down to the bottom of this road, or see if there's a way for them to cut down into right here you see Angela's Trail Way, Valley Vista Way, Miramar. There might be a way coming down that hill from our satellite overlay. It looks like it could be doable for an off-road vehicle, for a dirt bike. I mean, this person, I don't want to give them credit, but they are clearly capable of doing this, experienced. So, but the light has been off now for some time. I'm kind of curious that they turned their night sun off. I'm not sure. Maybe they're using night vision or something like that.
Also interesting that guy got the other car or the other off-roader to turn their lights off too.
Right?
You know what I mean? Like
you wonder if that was a conversation they had. Huh?
There are those blue lights
but now
again.
they're separate. That guy's leaving. Where's the? Is that? Oh, right
now here
him
he
then?
is.
Yeah,
He's right back behind him. It looks like. Yeah. So we can still kind of barely see him, almost like he's using the dune buggy to guide
the
him.
way.
I really wonder what kind of conversation.
So he keeps his lights off and follows the dune buggy.
You wonder if they know each other.
So
if that's the case.
Under cover of darkness, or I don't know. Maybe there's some kind of weird bond in the. Okay, well now the light is back on. So now we're going back up Boy Scout Upper Mountain Way, a dirt road I was unaware of here. I mean, just romping around between 20 and 30 miles an hour, but. Yeah, do they know each other? I mean, it's definitely worth wondering at this point.
Yeah, you can see the silhouette of him, with the GoPro camera or the camera on top of his helmet. You can definitely see that. And it just makes you wonder, is that why they're doing this, to get some footage, to post on some social media or something like that? Who knows, but why the GoPro, on your helmet right now when you're in the middle of being chased by authorities.
And he's picking up speed here, it looks like, just a little bit. He's going a little faster in the dark.
I mean, this is a very difficult situation because when we see just, high-speed bike pursuits on a freeway, there's little that authorities can do. But, take a terrain like this and then a motorcycle. I mean, like we said, we can only chase with the choppers and the aircraft overhead because it's too difficult and dangerous.
So I'm wondering, are these hiking trails, Mike? Do you know?
It looks like they're probably for this. There's so much recreation that goes on up in those hills. But one thing I wanted to point out is, looks like we actually lost the Glendale airship, or at least I don't see them on the radar anymore. But we do have that CHP fixed wing that is there. But what's interesting is the fixed wing can't get as close to the mountainside because we are, up in the hills right here. So. And Des, you have to correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe they're just not showing up on the radar, but I don't see the Glendale airship anymore.
I believe they have pulled off. Ask my pilot Mike if he sees them anywhere around here. But yeah, I believe that they may have pulled off. So, I don't know. There may have been some talk of just letting this person go, which, I mean, is could they really be getting away with this again? Pretty crazy to tie up resources for multiple pursuits and then just, let this person go. But
now they're off.
Now they're out, and now the dune buggy people are out, and who knows what they're doing. They're just, this is the end of their
lights out
trip where they were going to go. All the lights are out. Let's just kind of look here. We're up on kind of a flat mesa. There's probably a pretty nice view, not just of the moon, but of the San Fernando Valley here off of Pacoima Mountain. And Boy Scout Mountain Way, right down in here. So, what a weird one, guys.
It is weird, and you know what, Desmond, we're going to leave you up there monitoring the situation and get back to us if you see any changes. Our thanks to Desmond and Mike. Meantime, we're going to continue with more news here at 10.